Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for Random Match Monday. The clue's in the name. I have a random match with random participants, and I may do it every Monday, depending on how popular it is. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go exhibition. I'm going to keep my finger on the upwards arrow, close my eyes, and let go at a random point. Now, and we've got a handicap match. I'm going to keep my finger on it again, and let go now. Tag on trio. I'm obviously going to control one participant because otherwise we could be here forever. I'll do both partners, yes. And I'm going to do the same again. Keep my finger on it. I'm going to be playing as the Junkyard Dog. And my tag team partner will be Danny Basham. And let's see who my opponents are going to be. Orlando Jordan first. Second one is going to be Christian, and the final partner is gonna be Stephen Richards. There you go. And the arena will do the same again. Keep my finger on the button, and this is going to take place at WrestleMania 21. So again, I've got no pre-planning. I may remember some of the hometowns, I may remember not, but I'm going to do commentary on this match. We'll see how it goes. And yep, I've got no custom created people involved in it. I may change that, but the problem is if I just used the file I already had, it would have just been people who are half made and not got movesets. So anyway, let's get to the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a handicap 2-on-3 match scheduled for one fall. Introducing the first participant. Can't remember where he hails from. The Junkyard Dog.
Oh, is the Junkyard Dog going to grab those cakes here tonight? It was acceptable in the 80s, maybe not quite as acceptable in 2026, but nonetheless, the legendary wrestler sold out the Mid-South Coliseum on many occasions. The Junkyard Dog set for action here with a partner he's never teamed with before. Going to be interested to see if there's any chemistry between these two.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing his tag team partner. Again, I don't remember where he hails from, weighing in at roughly 240 something pounds, Danny Basham.
Well, one half of the Basham brothers, Danny Basham, around at a time that I never really watched wrestling, probably the point I stopped watching or was half in and out, so I can't tell you too much about this man. I know he's an excellent tag team wrestler, and although he's never teamed with the Junkyard Dog before, certainly knows his way around these tag team matches. His skills are going to be vital when taking on three opponents. Called a handicap match for a reason. These two men at a distinct disadvantage. I could say the same about the three opponents because I believe they've never teamed together either. It's going to be a real interesting contest this on Random Match Monday.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing their opponents first. Hailing from, we'll say he hails from Orlando, Florida because it fits his name, and weighing in tonight at roughly 250 pounds, Orlando Jordan.
He may not be from Orlando, but his name's Orlando. That is now his honorary home. Also, Orlando Jordan very closely aligned with JBL. Just as Danny Basham is, though. The Basham's the Secretaries of Defense, and of course Orlando Jordan, something to do with JBL, wasn't he, back in the day? It was this man competed against the Ultimate Warrior in his final ever match. I'd say go back and watch it, but if you want to see one man having an asthma attack throughout a match, then by all means go and see that. I believe it's from 2008, it's probably still on YouTube, but nonetheless Orlando Jordan with a big smile on his face here because he knows big advantage for that man. He's got an extra partner, and here comes the next one.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, his other partner, hailing from Canada and weighing in tonight at 230 pounds, Christian.
Well, perhaps the most accomplished wrestler in this match, Christian Cage. Of course, no slouch in the tag team department. Himself and Edge, a great tag team back in the day. Christian, I believe he was he a TNA champion? Nobody knows, but nonetheless, great career highlights this man has had. On the more athletic side, Orlando Jordan. I don't know anything about Orlando Jordan, but nonetheless, Christian Cage. Fucking mouse is on the screen. Christian Cage is gonna be in a match here, that's for sure. The question is, who's gonna be the final partner?
I'll show you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing their final partner. Hailing from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, he weighs in tonight at 225 pounds, Stephen Richards.
Stephen Richards, a man who I do know a little bit about because he had to have a match on the channel not long ago, losing in a non-title match against the PGW World Champion Arthur Morgan, but putting in a half-decent performance. A man that's never really reached the highest heights in professional wrestling, but he's been around for a long, long time, and he's been in the ring with some of the all-time greats. Stephen Richards, no slouch. Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the first ever match in Random Match Monday. Let's look at Orlando Jordan really going to work on the JYD, but the JYD slipping out, takes him down with a snapmare. The Junkyard Dog, legendary wrestler, Hall of Famer. And now look at the JYD brewing up a storm. And Orlando Jordan here really struggling against the legendary superstar. Oh my God, he's doing that move again. The thumps with the head. Jordan really struggling here against the JYD. I think his best course of action is to get the tag to one of his partners. But easier said than done at the moment, and a big back body drop by the Junkyard Dog, who's really dominating the match thus far, and now sends Orlando Jordan into the corner, looks to tag in his partner but managed to get out quick enough. Nonetheless, the JYD staying on him, picks him up. Look at this power. Orlando Jordan around the 250 pound mark, and look at the power of the Junkyard Dog. All the blush rushing to the head and just dropping him. And now here comes his partner. Here comes Danny Basham. Will we see a bit of double team? Well, no, we won't. Referee making the Junkyard Dog get out of the ring, but Danny Basham maintaining control here as he sends Orlando Jordan for the ride on a beautiful clothesline. What phenomenal teamwork we've seen thus far. Oh, that wasn't phenomenal teamwork though. Allowing Orlando Jordan to get the tag, and here comes Stephen Richards. Big mistake from Danny Basham. You've got to keep the man isolated and keep him away from the corner, especially when it's a 3-on-2 handicap match, but nonetheless, Basham managing to get the tag here. Look at this double hip toss, beautiful move. And trying to pick him up, but a sneaky move from Stephen Richards with a low blow on the Junkyard Dog, as now he sends him for the ride off the ropes, picks him up, beautiful Samoan drop. Well, Stephen Richards may have just turned this match around for him and his two partners. And a punch to the nether regions, to the testicles, to the weakest part of a man's anatomy. But look at the Junkyard Dog, it didn't seem to affect him. That kick to the punch to the ghoulies. And now look at this beautiful clothesline and bulldog combination in the corner. Now the Junkyard Dog with a chin lock. This could be enough, but oh, well, too close to the ropes was the JYD, and another low blow by Stephen Richards. As look at this. Christian Cage in the ring, not the legal man. And I believe a tag was just made there. The JYD doesn't realise Stevie Richards no longer the legal man. It's Orlando Jordan, I do believe. Or maybe not. Referee not making a count, so maybe I've lost track here. And well, look, I don't know what's going on here. I'm completely lost on Random Match Monday. As Orlando Jordan gets in the ring. Or maybe it is Stephen Richards. Somebody may be paying attention to this match, may know who's the legal man, but nonetheless, the JYD taking down Orlando Jordan, who, yes, I believe was the legal man there, who did get the tag. As now the Junkyard Dog going to work on Orlando Jordan in the corner with a big chop to the heart, could stop a man's heart, that move. As now the JYD taking over in this match again. Orlando Jordan trying to get into his corner to tag his partner in. To no avail, and now Danny Basham back in. Pretty good teamwork thus far from these two men, it has to be said. And a nice stomp to the abdomen by Danny Basham. But look at this, just sending Orlando Jordan into the corner again. More double team moves. And absolutely dominating, trying to put the figure 4 on him, but managing to slip out there. But look at that, trying to get the tag to Christian Cage, waiting on the apron. And now look at this, it's got to be the big thump. You're damn right it is. Beautiful move from the JYD. Surely the match over. Well, he's got to knock the partners off the apron first, and he's done it. Is this going to be enough? Referee taking half an hour to make the count, and Stevie Richards managing to get back in there and break that pin up. Well, this is carnage now. All men enter in the ring. And look at that, trying to double team move. Danny Basham reversing. And they just can't get the cover. I believe Orlando Jordan must be close to being finished off here. But just can't get the time. Maybe go for a submission instead of going for the pin. Maybe that's the tactic they've got to employ here. Look at that big elbow by Orlando. And now look at this though. Danny Basham slips behind. And a nice belly to back suplex. Look at this. What's Danny Basham picking him up. 2 hands around the throat. And a sit out. Well, choking toss, but toss is not a good choice of words, but nonetheless. Be no tossing going on inside of that professional wrestling ring. Oh, Stevie Richards going back in, and look at that, Orlando trying to hit Danny Basham. He caught him a little bit, but ends up taking out his own partner. As now Danny Basham sending Stevie Richards into the corner. Could be a big move coming up here. I believe Orlando Jordan's still the legal man, and he still has that steel chair. Oh no. Well, submission maneuver applied here. Well, look at that, the JYD not waiting. Coming in straight away to break that move up. And Orlando Jordan still finds himself at the mercy of the JYD and Danny Basham here. Look at this, Christian Cage, not even the legal man. Referee should really be coming in to break this up, but he's not. Orlando Jordan on the outside reaching for another weapon. He's yet to use one. Now Stevie Richards coming in. Well, at this time Danny Basham managed to fight out. The referee making the count. Orlando needs to get back in the ring, or he's got to get himself counted out. But the referee needs to kick these men out of the ring. They're not legal. They should not be in there. No tag has been made. And look at this now. Stevie Richards with an arm knock. Arm knock applied. Basham getting out of it. Oh, this is an absolute mess of a match. Let's be honest about that. But nonetheless, doesn't matter how good it looks. Getting the win is all that matters. And look at Orlando Jordan was trying to go for that chair. Basham managing to stop him from grabbing it. And now takes him down with a nice clothesline. Are we ever going to see an end to this match? Well, kicking him in the face is Danny Basham. Well, now going for the knee lock. Not quite sure why he's not done much work on the knees of Orlando Jordan. He's done plenty to wear out the abdomen and the head, but not the knees. And look at this now, Basham going for that finishing maneuver again. Picking him up with 2 hands around the throat. Well, that should be enough, but once again they're breaking up this pinfall attempt. We could be here all day, ladies and gentlemen. Nonetheless, the Junkyard Dog getting back in the ring, but getting knocked down. And Orlando Jordan with a chair. Should we just let him get disqualified? Yes, that's probably the best way this would have ended, because we would have been here for a very long time, ladies and gentlemen. But JYD and Danny Basham victorious on Random Match Monday. Let me know what you think of this concept. If you want to see more, we can do it every Monday. But apart from that, thank God that's over, and I'll see you next time.